Welcome back, and so we continue with glorious Goodwood Day 3 and Galway Summer Festival. What is their day 4? But it's day 3 of this challenge, head to head, 1 bet from Goodwood, 1 bet from Galway. How will we go on day 3? Let's take a look at the picks. Quickly want to say RIP to Trueshan. Tragic one that today. Very, very sad. An absolute legend of a horse. Former Goodwood Cup winner as well. And a horse that, he's always been a brilliant horse, hasn't he? Always with an amazing, amazing attitude. And yeah, incredibly sad. So I just want to say, yes, RIP to Trueshan and everybody involved with them. Yeah, really, really sad news. I think it puts a lot of racing into perspective when we see things like that. It almost makes the results of bets and selections trivial, to be quite honest. But I will still bring them up here. So Tuesday results, drew a blank in both the races from our selections. The first one was at Goodwood. It was Dorset, travelled fine, reasonably okay, just couldn't quicken at all, 5th of 10. And then at Galway, Grey Leader had a disaster, never travelled, far too keen. Tailed off, finished 13 of 14. Wednesday results, I haven't seen yet, recording these Thursday selections before I've seen Wednesday racing, so Henri Matisse and the Goffer, I'll update you on those when they conclude. But yeah, like I say, the almost going through these selections feels trivial, but we've got to try and see the positives of horse racing. And horse racing does bring great joy to so many people. I love the sport, but I think it's very important to recognise when sad things happen and say how we all feel when legendary horses sadly pass. Anyway, we're going to move on to the selections now, and hopefully a bit more positive vibes. But I think it's very important to kind of remember Trueshan as an amazing horse that I'm sure has brought a lot of people some amazingly positive memories. Okay, on to the picks now for Thursday. So our selection for Goodwood Thursday comes in the 2:30 race. It's the Whirlpool Gordon Stakes. It's a Group 3 over 1 mile form. Like Wimbledon Hawkeye, 15-2 seems like a big price. 7 runners expected. So it has to finish top 2 there. You will be able to find top 3 markets, and it should be a reasonable price to finish top 3. I expect him to be consistent again. Merchant heads the field around 5-4, understandably so. Merchant is the one to beat in this race, absolutely. But Wimbledon Hawkeye is a very consistent horse. He's run some really big races this year, and he's run some really nice races as well without getting his nose in front. Second last time out in the Princess of Wales Stakes at Newmarket. That was a Group 2. Before that was seen running in a Group 2 at Ascot. That was the King Edward the 7th Stakes. Run pretty well that day as well, finishing 4th of 12. Before that was York again, running in a Group 2 and running pretty well. 3rd that day in the Dante Stakes there. I thought he ran pretty well that day. He had a Guineas run earlier at Newmarket back in May as well. Finished 5th. Never getting to the winner of the route, which was Ruling Court that day, but still a good run nonetheless. And then further in the earlier back in the year, a second in a Group 3. That was the Craven Stakes, and that was a race won by Field of Gold. So this horse, it's just a very consistent type, very likeable, seems to have a good attitude, seems to give it his all and never gives up. I think that's one thing I will say. His attitude looks brilliant, and at some point he will get his head in front, but in the meantime I still quite like 15-2 as an each way bet there. I do expect him to go well again at that type of price. It's a bet I will be placing. So we now move to Galway for our selection here. It comes in the 4:30 on Thursday, down Mexico way, 22 to 1. This is the Guinness Galway Hurdle Handicap, over 2 miles. It's a fascinating race, this one, with lots of interesting runners. 23 of them will line up, including at the top of the market. Put your hands together. What a horse that is. Can he go well again? Well, certainly can do. I think he's very well equipped for this race, and we know this horse has got bags of ability, and I don't think his handicap mark looks too bad either. So pretty interesting there. But we're going for one that's it's had a rough time of things so far this year. Down Mexico way, it's a Henry de Bromhead horse. Rough time of things so far this year in both of his starts. However, last year had a really nice time of things, including a good second at this course, Galway, over 2 miles and a bit. Had a couple of nice seconds and a win over at Down Royale in a maiden hurdle as well. So very capable, has looked pretty good in 2024. Just this year hasn't rebounded too well, but therefore I think the price of 22 to 1 obviously builds that in, and if he can regain some of his potential shown from last year, I think that's a pretty decent price, especially with the extra places on offer once again in this race. So that'll be our Galway bet, each way bet on Down Mexico way. Best of luck if you're having a bet on anything on Thursday, Goodwood or Galway. We'll recap all these results at the end of the week. I'll try and provide updates as the week goes on. I'll always provide them in the comments, as I have been doing so far this week. And yes, all the best. Plenty of action still to come this week across both the festivals. And if you're going, have a great day. And if you're watching at home, hope you can pick some winners. Take care. Speak again soon.